want no problems. They might end up suing them. Disassociate yourself, have nothing to do with them. We already got a chip, we trying to get two of them.
Just blue trial, crack lobsters, Little Italy. Your wife, she is
back here on Radio Xenu and TalkRadioX.com, coast to coast and border to border. It's 5 minutes after the hour. Also, KJagRadio.com today. Whitney Peyton is on the line. We've also got my good, close, personal, longtime friend, the miracle worker himself, who hooked this amazing interview up today, James Brockaway, or as our buddy Johnny Kim refers to him, James Brockaway. So, James, first of all, thank you for hooking this up today. This is fantastic.
Oh, no problem.
Now, Whitney, thank you for working with James, and thanks for being on KJAG Radio today and Radio Xenu. How are you?
No doubt. Thanks for having me. I'm good. We're just driving through a bunch of mountains right now. I'm in Montana. Last night I performed with Kid Ink in Great Falls, Montana. So it's dope. It's chilly up here.
Well, it's chilly.
It's not much better here.
Yes, it's not much better here in the old state of Kansas.
Yeah. So what's the temperature in Kansas then?
Well, right now,
like 13 last I checked.
Yes, about 13,
for real?
12, 13 degrees. But Whitney, you are an amazing artist. Talk to me about coming up here in the rap world and doing some amazing things.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how it happened. I'm a girl from the suburbs of Pennsylvania, and I just started getting heavy into the rap game. I didn't know it was going to explode like this. I had always hoped. So now we're starting to finally gain the momentum we've been kind of striving for. So it feels really good at this point.
Now, Whitney, you have performed with some well-known artists. You performed with DMX, Tech Nine, Paul Wall, Vanilla Ice. That's just the short list. Wow. What's it like meeting all these guys and meeting a lot of these amazing icons in the world of hip-hop?
It's dope. I mean, a lot of them are really cool. They're not what you would expect. Like, they're really chill and just kick it when they're not performing and down to earth. I mean, just like anyone else. So it's really dope to meet a lot of them, see how they perform. You can take away a lot and get inspired by other artists. So it's definitely a dope thing. Hopefully they're excited to meet me, too.
Now, Whitney, we've got my buddy James on the line. James, you got anything for Whitney while we've got her with us here?
Yeah, you just recently had a new album drop, didn't you?
Yeah, On the Brink actually just dropped 2 days ago, and I consider that my debut album. We put out a lot of EPs before, but they've been about like 5 tracks or 8 tracks each, and they're just free downloads, and this is my first full-length, it's 14-track album that I've put out, so it feels really good. It's like a new chapter, even though I've already had music out. It's like the beginning almost.
It's
cool. I know I'll be picking that up here sometime soon.
I will have to say that this music that you've got out there, especially the stuff that you're doing now, amazing stuff. Tell me about your influences and the writing process for some of this stuff with the new album.
I mean, I try not to listen to one artist too much because I feel like if you idolize one artist and you listen to them constantly, you're subconsciously going to start sounding like them. So I don't just listen to one rapper, but I would guess, like, you know, when I first started rap, I wasn't too aware of the underground yet, so I really was listening to artists like Eminem, Missy Elliott, Eve, Lisa Left Eye from TLC. Those are just some of the artists that really got me interested in pursuing my rap career. And then when I started discovering the underground more, now I like artists like Hopsin and Tech Nine and, you know, a lot of different underground rappers.
Amazing stuff. We've got Whitney Peyton with us today. And James, jump in there, my man. I know you got some more questions.
Yeah. Now, I did my homework on you, you know, because I actually discovered you with the video on Crazy. That was an awesome video, by the way.
Thank you.
But did a lot of reading. Found out you've been involved in several, like, charity type deals, like public service announcements and around your hometown, stuff like that.
Yeah.
For sure. You got anything going on along that vein anymore?
What was that?
Got anything going on coming up along those lines?
Along charity lines?
Yep.
Yeah, I might have a few things coming up there in the works. Right now I'm really busy because of the new album dropping, and also I'm going to be going on tour. Next month I start a nationwide tour with the Mafia 6, which is 3-6 Mafia minus Juicy J. But I do plan on doing charity stuff in the future. I really, believe in that kind of thing, and I know that a lot of negative connotations go along with hip hop, and I really want to prove that it's not just violence, and it's not just about sex or money. We can also do things to help people too. So I definitely still want to do the charity things when I have a little more time, and I'll continue to do that.
Whitney Peyton with us today here on Radio Xenu, TalkRadioX.com, and, of course, KJagRadio.com. We've also got my good, close, personal, longtime friend, Mr. James Brockaway, with us. He is, of course, out of our KJag Radio Salina team, and he hooked up this amazing, amazing interview today with Whitney Peyton. He kept telling me, he's like, I'm going to get Whitney Peyton. I'm just working on it. I'm working on it. And he was going back and forth with management. And you are tougher to get a hold of than the president at this point, which is fantastic. I'm glad that you're that untouchable, because there are so many artists that are not, and they're like strung out and idiots, and they don't have a clue what they're doing with managing their money and all their shit.
Yeah,
so Whitney, this is fantastic that we've got you here with us today, and I believe we just had one guest step into the studio, the one guest who has not blown us off for the Super Bowl, so we will talk to him here in a few moments. But but Whitney, tell us about this tour you're getting ready to go on, big nationwide tour.
Yeah, it starts March 1st is the first date of the tour, and it kicks off in their home state of Tennessee. So it's the Mafia 6. It's going to be a huge tour. They're trying to have it be about 60 dates. We'll see if it ends up being that, but we plan on performing pretty much night after night and hitting most of the major cities. So if it doesn't come to a place near you, that's going to be really shocking. So just look out for dates on all my sites, and I'm sure it'll come close to everyone.
Well, I do understand you are coming near Manhattan and Salina, Kansas, and so I am going to have, and I know James has probably already beat me to the punch on this as far as my thought, but he's gonna be hitting up you and your management about working out a video interview for our TV show.
Yeah.
So
I would love that. I even prefer that, because I like to be there in person, and I like to see the person interviewing me and do video for the people. So that would be dope. I would love that.
Cool stuff. Well, he will he will definitely be in touch. It's gonna be like trying to rob a bank to get an interview with you as far as in Salina. Well, not on your end. But
no, it depends on the promoter.
It depends on the promoter.
Yeah.
The promoter is extremely hard to work with. I don't know why. It's free publicity, but that's his thing.
Our local music venue isn't really one of my biggest fans.
They're not James's biggest fan.
That's okay. I have a lot of people that are not big fans of me either, so we can start a club.
There you go. Now, Whitney.
Jackets and everything.
Definitely. the jackets, the decoder rings, everything.
Varsity jackets.
That's right. Varsity jackets. Now, Whitney, before we let you go, James, you got anything more for Whitney?
Yeah, I got one more. Given today's Super Bowl Sunday and all, who's your pick to win?
Man, that's a tough one. I'm here. Being in Montana, they're split here. I mean, I'm not from Montana, but being here right now for the Super Bowl Sunday and seeing who they're rooting for, they're split between the Seahawks and Denver, because they don't have a team, so they're kind of in between the two. But, me, I'm always, being from around Philly, I'm always going to root for the Eagles, and they didn't make it this year, so I'm always going to be the one saying there's always next year and shit.
I know. I've been saying that about Kansas City for years.
So we'll see. Flip a coin, and that's who I'm rooting for today. I don't really have a preference. I'm just wishing the Eagles were there today.
Well,
Well, Seahawks are almost Eagles.
Yes.
That's the next best thing.
Yes.
The Seahawks are kind of Eagles.
Yeah, that's the next best thing. They're birds.
That truly is
we'll pretend, so I'll just pretend it's them.
There you go.
Well, Whitney, thanks for doing this, and we're going to play one of your tracks off your Reverb Nation page. Which one you want us to play here?
We'll play Whoopty Woo Woo off my Reverb Nation if you have that up.
Yes.
That's the new single off of my new album. So, Whoopty Woo Woo, check it out. Thank you.
Well, good stuff. Well, James, thanks.
That awesome. All the wrestling references.
Thank you.
Yes, all the wrestling references is fantastic. We will.
The boys and all that was awesome.
Well, I'm really just a nerd, you know. I don't try to pretend that I'm cool at all. I'm really just a nerd. I'm stuck in the 90s, too. I like all those toys and comics and stuff, so I like to incorporate it.
Well, Whitney, thanks for doing this. James, you are a godsend for hooking this up. Thank you, sir. And we will all be in touch with you about Salina and doing a video interview. And we will talk to you soon, Whitney. Have a good trip, and we'll see you in Salina.
Definitely.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for the support. I appreciate it.
Definitely. You guys have a good one. We'll talk soon. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. We are going to play Whoop-De Woo Whoop, I guess, is what it is. I'm not a Juggalo guy. It is Whitney Peyton, and we are going to play that track, or we're going to attempt to see if Reverb Nation will let me play that track. We've not had very good luck today with Reverb Nation for whatever reason. I don't know why. But if you want to get more information on Whitney Peyton, she is available online. And we are going to go to our studio guest. My God, I'm amazed we have a studio guest. We had 50 scheduled today, but apparently with the Super Bowl, they've all decided, well, I don't know. I can't really be there. It's the Super Bowl thing. It's even though the game doesn't start until way after we're off the air, but that's fine too. And we're going to play some Whitney Peyton, and we'll be back here in a few on Radio Xenu and TalkRadioX.com and our good friends at K-Rocks Radio in Casper, Wyoming.